Hi there, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Dangerous Misinformation. I'm your host, Rodney Smith. Thank you for joining us today. Tune in as we'll be discussing pressing topics such as challenging the opposite sex, how long before the libs will back Hitler, clout chasing, and much more fun for the whole entire family. Stick around to the end. Appreciate you being here. This is Dangerous Misinformation. Hi there, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Dangerous Misinformation. Let me turn myself down a little bit there. Came in too hot. Too hot. I thought a man's not hot. Well, welcome. Please like the video. Please rate and subscribe on whatever thing you're listening to. Go buy my book, The Petty Principles, available on Amazon. Go get yourself an I Don't Pay Taxes shirt. And do whatever things make you happy in this life. Follow your dreams. I thought my cat was fucking with shit again. Yes, follow your dreams and follow me on social medias so I can become as famous as humanly possible, because that is how I receive my self-worth, I guess. Help me get back at all my ex-girlfriends. Let me know that my ex-girlfriends will be laying there looking at their husbands. And as much as they love this motherfucker, right? As much as they love these motherfuckers, right? And their kids and their functional lives, they're going to sit there and they're just going to look at this bastard and they're going to be like, you know, he's great. He does everything. He's just not Lord Petty. I missed out. I could have been world famous, rich, triumphant, the fucking first lady of shit talk, but you fucked up, bitch. But anyways, I'm just playing, dude. I'm just playing. What do we want to dive into, man? I have so many things. This is one of those episodes where I have so much shit on my mind where I don't even know what the fuck I want to dive into. And I'm swearing in the first half or the first little bit, but I don't care, because by the rate of it, we're not going to get monetized on YouTube for a while. Even though we have enough subscribers, we don't have the view count because you guys like the audio, which I understand, but just help me out, dude. I'm small enough to the point where I can still ask for help and not feel like a huge fucking asshole. So help out the brand, help out the channel, help out your boy, and go in. I thought my shit was all. Something was caught in my chain, in my gold chain. Dude, I got the funniest message the other day. I'm gonna play it for you because it's funny to me. Let's see, how should I say this? The things that seem apparent to me are funny when they come in real time. You know what I mean? Like, this is a 15-minute podcast 4 days out of the week. And it's not like I'm 24/7 this dude with my fucking chest out and my chains hanging out talking about, you know, how mass migration is hell on earth, right? Occasionally, I'm just a normal guy. I put on my reading glasses when I get home. They aren't actually reading glasses with like the big fucking dork follicle on the bottom, but they are glasses that I need to read. And anyways, I'll get into that in a minute. I have so many things I want to talk about, dude. What would I do without this podcast? I'd be sitting in some therapist's office. I'd be laying, what's the opposite of vertical? Horizontal? What's the thing where you lay flat? Is that horizontal? Maybe. Who cares? Did I pay attention in elementary school? No. I saw a meme the other day. It was me driving to work at 5 a.m. because I wanted to be funny in high school. And that was me, unfortunately. But it's okay. Now I'm funny in real life. And I make hundreds of thousands of dollars for doing so. So I got this message, right?
It's so funny, like, seeing you with, like, your glasses and stuff. Because in your videos, which I don't really watch, by the way, because half the time you're talking about shit I don't even know or understand, because I'm not into politics. But, like, you seem so, like, I don't know, in your videos, you just seem so different how you, like, actually are in person, which is, like, so funny, because you're, like, in real life, like, you're, like, a dorky, like, this is the vibe you give off, is, like, dorky, glasses, cat daddy, like, grandpa, whatever. And then in your videos, you're, like, no undershirt, chain, like, fight me, bro. Gonna go out and like shoot someone. It just makes me laugh.
I can't be Lord Petty 24/7, okay? I might be Lord Petty 20 like 16 and 4, maybe, but not 24/7, dude. But that's hilarious. That made me laugh. There's something that I like. I like it when people challenge me. I don't like it when somebody who's an absolute fucking dork steps out of place. And, excuse me. I don't like it when somebody's an I think it's only with women. I don't like it when dudes challenge me because 9 times out of 10, I'm like, dude, who the fuck are you? But when women challenge me, it makes me be like, all right, let me put this bitch in place. Not that I'm trying to do it to her. I'm just saying in general, right? I'm like, let me I don't know. I like it. I like it when people have the balls to just call out your bullshit, you know? And we all carry bullshit. And if I'm going to be calling out people's bullshit all the time, some of you calling out my bullshit, you know what? I need to undo some buttons here. I don't have enough buttons open. There we go. It's so funny how mad people get about the shirt thing. And they think it's not even that big of a gimmick because I do it in public. I don't know how it started. It was funny when I was in Mexico, which, by the way, I've had a crazy ass year. I'll be sitting around my apartment, I'll be feeling bored, I'll be like, man, my life is just flying me by. But then I think about, like, this year has been absolutely fucking nuts. I've been to so many places and dated so many people and done so much shit and met so many people, and it's been, but it doesn't seem like it, right? It doesn't seem like it the day to day because I spend like 90% of my time alone, just working, sitting on my computer, just trying to figure this shit the fuck out and trying to figure out how can I get these lovely people listening to my podcast and consuming my content to share it even more, so I can have my girlfriends look at their husbands and be appalled with them. Okay? When I say girlfriends, I mean ex-girlfriends or whatever, dude. However you want to paint it. Paint it however you want to paint it. God, dude, my nose. Every time I get on this fucking podcast, like I either have my eye will start itching, my nose will start itching. Maybe I'm allergic. Anyways, what was I just talking about? I was talking about something. I was going somewhere good. Oh, yeah. So I was in Mexico. For my friend Gio and Alex's wedding. And they have a son. His name's Donnie, and I love Donnie very much. Donnie's like a little. I don't know how to even describe the relationship. It's like a little brother type deal, but he's like one of my best friend's kids. So it's maybe I'm like an uncle or something. But so I got hammered, and I gave him a chain. Right, I was wearing like 3 gold chains, and just had my shirt wide open at this wedding, and so I gave him one of my gold chains, and then the next day. We go out to dinner, and then Donnie shows up, and he's got his shirt just ripped wide open, wearing a fat gold chain. I fucking died, dude. And Gio was dying. It was funny, man. It was one of the most honorable moments of my life. And I was like, oh no, it's rubbing off. But it was fucking hilarious, dude. But yeah, this last year has been, it's been crazy, dude. That sound. Oh, wow. I put on a documentary out in the living room for the cat about these like meerkats somewhere in Africa because I thought she would watch it, but instead she's all glued to my hip, dude. And by the way, okay, this isn't going to apply to most of you, but well, actually, I read a statistic that 1 out of 10 people that own a cat have issues with the cat pissing outside the fucking litter box. So I'm going to give you a tip, something that I learned somewhere from some Facebook comment or something like that, because I was going to get rid of my kitty. I was going to get rid of her because she get piss in places, but then I went and I bought a carpet cleaner and I sucked up all the piss. You've probably heard me talk about sucking up the piss on this podcast before. So I made sure all the piss stains were gone, and then all I did was remove the top lid. She had one of those litter boxes with the dome so they won't fling shit everywhere. Which now she flings shit, but it's better than pissing on the carpet in like the living room or something like that. Because now like the occasional turd clump I got to pick up in the bathroom that gets flung, Long story short, cats don't like being enclosed in litter boxes, some of them. So if your cat's pissing in the house and she has a dome litter box, try taking the dome off and make sure you get rid of all the piss smells in the house. And that is my bro tip for the day. Don't ever say I've never given you a bro tip, because that is my biggest pet peeve. People say, oh, Lord Petty, you just talk shit. You never help us out. Blah, blah, blah. We don't do anything for you. We don't share your podcast. We don't buy your shirts. We don't buy your books. We don't suck your dick. And they just complain, dude. They just ask and ask and ask like a bunch of ungrateful liberals. Dude, speaking of the liberals, all right, how far off do we think we are from the libs riding with Hitler? Because they already fucks with Stalin, right? They love Stalin and communism. They love... The other day, they were talking about Osama bin Laden, right? They were reading the Osama bin Laden letter. I have a totally different perspective on 9/11. They're rocking with Hamas, you know, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, because Hamas is basically ISIS 2.0, right? How far off are we from liberals being like, oh, you know what? Well, Hitler was actually pretty good. Because if you read Mein Kampf, right? The first third of the book is all about how fucked up working conditions are for manual laborers, and about how fucked up capitalism is, and how we need workers' unions. That's the whole first part of Mein Kampf. So once the liberals get a hold of it, they'll be like, oh, well, the white conservatives in America don't like Nazis, so maybe we should like Nazis. I guarantee you, within the next year, we will have non-binary Nazis. Mark my fucking words, dude. Bookmark this video, because I guarantee you, you will see a Caesar Zem with a Hitler stash by the end of the year. And I'm always right. I'm always right about everything, dude. And if I'm not, I could have been right. Remember that scene from, was it Get Rich or Die Trying? I can't remember. Oh no, was it Get Rich or Die Trying? Maybe it was Hustle and Flow. Can't remember. It was one of the movies with Terrence Howard, where he goes, I'm always right. And even if I'm not right, I could have been right. I resonated with that, dude. Where are we at? 12 minutes? Oh shit, I thought we were already running out of time. It's weird because when I used to do half hours, right? When I used to do half-hour episodes, I would be like, it'd be like around 22 minutes. And then I'd finally be like, okay, like how we doing on time? And I would say, well, I'm going to do 15 to 20 minute episodes. And so it's like the goals you set. So if you're working out or something like that, and if you can do, you know, always strive for more than you think you can do, because in that case, because you set the bar, there's like mental blocks, you know, because in my subconscious I say, okay, I got to have interesting content for 15 minutes. That's like going, 15 minutes. If I told myself, no, I got to sit here for a fucking hour, right? If I did an hour, I mean, that's the next challenge I should probably try to do, is make these things longer. But I don't know. I was almost thinking of going to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. What do you think about that? What do you think about a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule? Because I feel like it's hard to stay on top of a show every single day because, I don't know, shit comes up. But let me know. Please give me feedback. I want feedback. I don't want feedback as far as... I don't know. You know when people like bring nothing to the table, they're like, oh, you know what you should say, you know what you should do, you know what you should be like, no, you should do that. If your ideas are so great, you would have the audience that I have and you would go do things if your ideas are so great. People just want to show up at the tail end of shit and then have their input. And here's one thing I keep hearing on the internet from all these fucking internet guru people. Their advice, they tell people, oh, well, if I was freshly getting into social media, what I would do is I would find somebody with an existing audience and I would tap into that audience. I would ask, hey, can I come on your podcast? Or, hey, can you repurpose my content? There's nothing more disgusting and annoying than somebody who hasn't done the ground level base of work that comes to you with their fucking hands out and trying to act like they're not doing that. Anybody with half a brain that has worked for anything that they have, they know exactly when people are trying to use them, and it's bullshit. If you put in the work, trust me, people will notice, and eventually things will start clicking as long as the material's good. And they'll be like, oh, the algorithms hate me. No, your shit just wasn't good enough. People didn't like your stuff. And I tell myself that every time. Whenever my video flops, whenever my, something doesn't do well, I tell myself, oh, they didn't like it. They didn't like it. I don't talk about, oh, the fucking tech companies, oh, the this and all the fucking excuses in the world. Think about it. Everybody's posting on the internet. Think about how much shit you're competing with. It's hard out here for a pimp, dude. But anyways, let's see. Was there anything else I wanted to cover in this? I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. I think we're gonna call that. I think we're gonna call that a wrap. So please be sure, like I said, go buy my book. Go buy my book. If you like this podcast, you'll love the book. You can get that at Amazon. There'll be links in the everywhere. You're smart. You'll figure it out. You wouldn't be here if you're a dumbass. So please tell somebody about the podcast, okay? Go to your phone right now if you enjoyed this episode. If this episode brought you any joy, spread that fucking joy, dude. Take this episode and send it to a friend. Be like, hey, you should check this out sometime. You don't need to be pushy, but that's how things work. It's just word of mouth. So if you enjoy it, tell somebody else. Let's grow this dysfunctional ass fucked up based family. And if you guys want to give me any sort of feedback, message me. Find the socials, Lord Petty some underscore. Send me an email at lordpettypodcast@gmail.com. And I think that's it for the day, dude. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful rest of your hump day, and I will see y'all for Thirsty Thursday. Deuces.